Hello again, everyone. Are you ready to finish the story of the adventure of the Battle of the Baxter Building? You know what's going on. The Fantastic Four lost their powers. They're fighting Doctor Doom, but they have the help of Daredevil. But now that they're back in the Baxter Building, Reed Richards has recovered his stimulator ray gun. You know, the one that he used to help them out when they were on the Skrull planet. Well, now he's turned it on himself. He's turned it on the Invisible Girl, and so now he can intervene in the fight between Doom and Ben and Johnny. So let's see what's going on. All right, Doom tosses Ben Grimm around, not knowing that he really is the Thing. But look, Mr. Fantastic can puff up his arm and catch Ben just like he's a catcher catching a hard ball, all right? And so Ben says, Reed, you're Mr. Fantastic again. Wowee. And Johnny says, it's about time, Rubberhead. Now over here, Daredevil is standing aside because remember, Dr. Doom wounded him in the fight. But Dr. Doom realizes that the tide has turned against him. He says, blast it, I thought you were helpless. What trick is this? But I can still seize the boy before anything can stop me. So he grabs Johnny, who's helpless without his powers, right? Wrong. Reed says, become the torch, Johnny. You can do it now, as he bathes Johnny in the stimulating rays. Johnny says, you mean it, Reed? Honest? Flame on! And so Johnny turns into the Human Torch. He says, vavoom! It's like being reborn. Dr. Doom says, that machine of Richards, that's what did it. I was a fool. And so now the Human Torch enters into the fray. And he circles around Doom. And Doom says, but it's better this way. Now I'll crush you while you're at your full strength. It will be more satisfying than ever. Torch says, I got news for you, Doc. Any crushing that's going to be done, well, we'll do it. And so Johnny toys with him by flying rings around him. And then he shoots his flame around him. He says, this will show that the Human Torch knows how to play cat and mouse games with his enemies also. But Reed says, no, Johnny, don't toy with him. He's too dangerous. Be careful. And indeed, we know that Doom has fought hard against the Fantastic Four, even with all their powers. Torch says, oh, who you kidding, Reed? His number's up, and he knows it. But Sue says, Johnny, his foot, it's stepping on that lever. Look out. And so, what's this lever going to do? Well, sure enough, Sue's frenzied warning comes a split second too late. Reed says, take cover, Johnny. He activated the in-floor refrigeration unit. Your flame's dying out. Sue says, we've got to reach him before he can plan a new attack. And look what's coming up from the floor. It's refrigerated air. And it's blowing out Johnny's flame. Sue says, I'll turn invisible and get as close as possible. But look, that refrigerated air is flowing over her, and it's creating ice. And so she says, the nearer I am, the more effective my force field will be. But oh, what's happening to me? She's becoming visible with all of the ice forming around her body. And finally she falls down. Doom says, by setting the freezing unit on full, I can trap the three of you with your own device. How easy it was for me after all. And then he says, naturally, while protected by my own invincible armor, I can, and look, all of them are covered with ice, even Daredevil over here. And but Doom looks at Richards, and what is he doing? He says, there's still time before the frost makes me completely helpless. If I can just reach the high pressure steam valve. It's right behind Doom there. And so look, Mr. Fantastic is able to stretch out his arm even though it's covered with ice. He says, now, you unspeakable madman, you'll learn that this was not as easy as you think. Daredevil is thinking, that better work, Reed. Another few seconds will finish us. That self-same second, the frost is instantly dissipated as a blazing burst of steam shoots out, instantly changing the entire course of the battle. And Doom, caught in the steam, says, "Arg!" Doom says, my armor protects me easily enough, but the steam has shattered the freezing unit. It saved the Fantastic Four by a hair's breadth. Zzz. So the steam has destroyed the freezing unit. Doom can't use it again. Doom realizes they've won this round, but by the time they realize what has happened, I'll have destroyed this building, this block, and the entire city. What is he going to do now? Boy, that was a close one, says Johnny, but where did Doom run off to? Reed answers, wherever it was, Johnny, you can be sure he hasn't given up the fight. Sue says, Reed, never mind me. I'll be all right. But Ben, you still have to bathe him in the rays of the stimulator. Reed says, I will, my darling, as soon as I put you down. You look so lifeless for a moment. I didn't know. And sure enough, she looks like she's had it pretty tough. And so here's Daredevil and Ben still recovering from the steam and the ice. Ben says, hey, Stretcho, if that gizmo can bring our powers back, why didn't you use it on us before instead of wasting time with those nutty substitute gadgets of yours? Daredevil says, I had been wondering the same thing. But Reed explains the stimulator's energy had been all but drained on the Skrull planet. It needed another few days of recharging. Those substitute devices were merely stopgap measures in case of extreme emergency. Now hold still, Ben. This is the last energy burst left. I don't want to miss. And so he aims the stimulator rays at Ben. But Ben says, maybe I don't want to become the Thing again. I'm finally normal like anyone else. This is finally a chance that Ben has been looking for. A chance to be normal. A chance to marry Alicia. A chance not to be the Thing anymore. But Reed says, you've no choice, old friend. With Doom still at large, we still need all our fighting strength. There's too much at stake. And so, the rays strike Ben Grimm. There's nothing else that he can do. Sue says, poor Ben, it seems so cruel. I know, Sue, answers Reed, but it's the only way. And look, Ben slowly, surely develops his rock-like skin again. Reed says he may hate me for this forever after, but the world needs his strength at this moment. The fate of mankind may hang in the balance. And so his skin changes, his bulk changes. For better or for worse, says Reed, the Thing must live again. And here he is, the great and powerful Thing. His rock-like skin, his mighty bulk, his strength has returned, but look at his eyes. He's angry. He's frustrated. Oh, I'd stay out of his way. Such a powerful superhero. Meantime, in another section of FF headquarters, the evil genius of Dr. Doom has hastily concocted the most dangerous threat of his long and sinister career. How easy for a brain like mine to modify the power units of Reed Richards' mighty nuclear devices and change them into a deadly weapon. And so Reed Richards never intended for his nuclear devices to be weapons. He wanted them to be power units. But nonetheless, Dr. Doom shakes his fist at the city. He says, I've created a time bomb which will destroy everything in sight. All I need do is get safely out of range and await the fatal moment. More than ever, I have ensured that the name of Dr. Doom shall forever live in infamy. And now to take my leave. The Fantastic Four have won the battle, but lost the war. Wait, what's that? Whoom! The mighty fist of the Thing bursts into the room. He says, it's because of you that I'm the Thing again. You're going to pay for that, do you hear? I'm going to demolish you. Ah, says Doom, at last, the brainless, blabbering Thing. I've been waiting for you. And you won't have to wait any longer, says the Thing. Whack! He gives him a mighty blow. But, he says, you're still standing. Naturally, boasts Doom. My armor's force field can generate 100,000 megavolts of pure energy. The miracle is that you have not destroyed yourself. Well, now that you used up your 100,000 megawatts, I'm going to flatten you like a tin skillet. You lumbering fool, says Doom. I've more weapons, offensive and defensive, than you even dream exist. And look, he's opening up a panel on his iron glove. What new device is he going to come up with? This is my instant hypnotism impulsor, which it can upset your total sense of balance in 1 split second. And look, this impulsor turns and spins with bright lights. Thing says, hey, everything's spinning around. I can't stay on my feet. My legs are getting wobbly. What's going on? This hypnotism impulse is making the Thing dizzy. And so now, Doom can strike out at the Thing. He says the others can explain to you if you recover. You're battling no normal foe now, ugly one. In my special armor, with my special weapons, I am far more powerful than you. This miniature sensitizer which I place upon your back uses nuclear energy to increase the force of gravity. Thing says, you creep, it'll take more than that to stop me. And look, Thing plants this device square on the Thing's back. What's going to happen now? Brave words, says Doom, you orange-skinned misanthrope. But useless words. Not even your bestial strength can prevail against my superior scientific wizardry. See how my sensitizer holds you pinned down helplessly, and within minutes it will begin sapping all the energy left in your misshapen body. And so this device, as small as it is, increases gravity, and it presses the Thing downward, downward. But look, even the diabolical Dr. Doom has underestimated the power that lies within the burly, brutish body of the enraged Thing, who says, you believe it, Doom, just you believe it. And look, he raises himself up in spite of the overwhelming pressure. Doom can't believe it. No, no, it can't be. Thing says, the only way you'll stop me is by killing me. And with his last brute force, he breaks the force of the sensitizer. He breaks free of the gravity and explodes the floor. And Doom looks on in amazement. But Doom says, very well, I can arrange that also, talking about the Thing's death, though I had hoped it would not be necessary. And look, he places on his fingers another ray gun. What will it do? It shoots out pebbles. The Thing says, you ain't about to stop me by shooting those little pebbles my way, crumb bum. Once again, you flaunt your ignorance, says Doom. These are no more pebbles. They are intensified molecules. What will happen? They go forth in the power of the ray, and then they surround the thing. Doom says the instant they are exposed to the air, their mass increases until they attain the size and strength of giant boulders. Look, the thing is being surrounded by great boulders. And Doom thinks these boulders will keep slamming into you until even your massive body is beaten and stilled. But the thing battles and fights and strikes and tosses them away. But still, they keep coming. The thing realizes he's right. They're getting bigger and bigger, crashing into me like cannonballs. If I wait much longer, I won't be able to stop them. But I ain't aiming to wait. Not me. And so finally he breaks free. Scrack! He says, no blasted overgrown stones are going to save you, Doom. Doom realizes he punched his way right through them, hurling them back at me. And the thing says, and while I'm at it, I'll use the biggest one to clobber that bomb gizmo of yours, like this. So he destroys the bomb that Doom had created, planning to destroy the city. The thing says, don't start feeling neglected yet. I ain't forgot about you personally. And so next, the thing attacks Dr. Doom himself. He says, I'm going to open up that tin suit of yours and see what makes you tick. Then I'll grab you out by your scrawny, hey! Doom says, you waited too long, you babbling Neanderthal. My force field has had time to recharge itself. Now the advantage is mine again. And so see the power of his force field building up? Baroom! See how easily I can hurl you from me, aided by 100,000 more megavolts of pure energy. And so thing is forced back against the wall. Doom looks and says, still you feebly attempt to crawl back for more punishment. Very well then, you shall get it. Thing says, sooner or later, I'll get past your defenses, Doom, and when I do... But what's Doom got cooked up now? You can see the rays shooting out at the thing. Doom says, you blundering atavism, brute strength can never triumph against the power of supremely harnessed science. And out of his fingers come bolts of power that strike the thing again. No, it's impossible. You can't keep coming. Doom looks and sees that the thing is fighting against these bolts of energy. Doom says, you can't keep coming against the force of my nerve-shattering energy blast. But sure enough, the thing can. His strength, his determination drives him forward. He says, mister, maybe I'm just too dumb to collapse, too ugly to die. I'll let you figure out the reasons. As for me, I finally got my paws on you, and nothing's gonna save you now. Look, the thing grabs Doom by his wrists and by his neck, and with his power, he lifts him up in the air. He crushes his iron gloves. Doom says, my weapons, my built-in electrical devices, you're crushing them. No, you can't. Thing says, don't bet on it, bad man, as the thing proceeds to debilitate Doom's defenses. And he continues to fight against him. Behind, Reed says, no, Ben, stop. You'll kill him. Thing says, well, if it ain't Stretcho, just when I don't need you. After all this time that the thing has been battling Doom, where have the other members of the Fantastic Four been? Reed says, Ben, listen to me. We just want to end his threat. We're not murderers. Thing says, yeah, maybe you're right. For a change, without his built-in gizmos, he ain't worth worrying about. And so look, the thing continues to tear apart the electronics built into Doom's armor. Reed reminds Thing, remember, he's still the ruler of Latveria, and as such he has diplomatic immunity. But by defeating him so conclusively, you've broken his pride. It's the worst defeat he could have suffered. Thing says, big deal. Where were you when we were waltzing around? Reed says, we treated Daredevil's wounds and helped him to leave. So Daredevil has left the Baxter building and gone back home. He needs a rest, don't you think? I bet he goes home to take a nap. I would after fighting Dr. Doom. Speaking of Dr. Doom, look, he's nursing his wounds and limping away. Sue said, then we watched your fight, Thing, but Reed felt you wouldn't want us to interfere. Reed says, I was worried about you once or twice, Ben. I almost stepped in, but now I'm glad I didn't. And look, they're letting Doom just walk away. Whoops. Reed continues, by beating him decisively, using only raw strength, you shattered his ego, Ben. He may never gain enough confidence to attack us again. Well, that's wishful thinking. Reed, darling, says Sue, we're back to normal again. We have each other once more. Behind, the Thing is frustrated and angry and disappointed. He says, yeah, you got each other, but you ain't got me. Not anymore. I'm through being the fall guy for this combo. You divvy up the glamour, but me, I'm still the Thing. And look, he's so sad now. I got the short end of the stick on this whole deal, says Thing. You can get married, but not me. You can be normal, but not me. Well, I've had it. I'm through. Reed says, Ben. Sue says, he means it. And Johnny says, don't do it, big buddy. We're a team. Ben. Oh, no. The Thing is walking out on his friends. He's leaving the Fantastic Four. He's quitting the team. He's so angry and disappointed and frustrated. The editors say, thus, in the wake of their greatest victory, the Fantastic Four face their greatest crisis. Be prepared for the startling developments of the most startling developments of all next issue on the pages of this, the world's greatest comic magazine. So this is the end of the Battle of the Baxter Building, and with Daredevil's help and with the power of Mr. Fantastic's stimulator ray gun, they were able to defeat Dr. Doom. But now they've lost their friend and partner Ben Grimm, the strength of the team. What will happen next? Well, we'll have to find out later when we read about the brutal betrayal of Ben Grimm. Here's the cover of the next issue of Fantastic Four. I actually own the original comic book. See, it says the brutal betrayal of Ben Grimm as the Thing turns against his partners, Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Girl, and the Torch. And look, he joins up with the Frightful Four, Madame Medusa, Wingless Wizard, the Trapster, and Sandman. The saga continues and will continue the next time we get together and read another adventure of the Fantastic Four. I hope you're enjoying this series. I am, and I'll be eager to continue the story next time. Love y'all very much. Bye-bye.